สถานีวิทยุสรานรม AM 1575การทูตเพื่อประชาชน
เพื่อไทยก้าวไกลทันโลก
Sawasdee Khan, good afternoon. Today is the 9th of April 2018. Yes, and you're still with me on City Mญาต on News and Views. So if you're missing me, I'm living right now on Facebook. You can tune in to the show today at 6 to 6:30 p.m. on Saraญรมradio. Saraญรมradio, is it radio Saraญรมwebpage, which will be a rerun of my program living right now because it's usually aired at 6 until 6:30 p.m. So be sure to check that out if you're missing me. If you miss me, I'm going on live right now on Facebook. Anyways, as per ritual, let's begin with the weather as always. Now, looking ahead for the rest of the week, it's sunny, so which is good because the rain actually fell 2 days before unexpectedly, which is very unusual because it is April in Bangkok in Thailand, and it's not supposed to anyways because it is leading up to Songkran festival. For all of you out there, yes, this week is the Songkran holidays, which is going to take place from the 12th until the 16th. Okay, so it's a long holiday for Thailand. So if you have been an expat or have been living here for a while now, you'll get used to it because it is one of the longest holidays in Thailand, which is about 4 to 5 days. We got an extra day off on the 12th by the government. So this year, the Songkran festival will be celebrated between the 12th until the 16th. But more into that later. So we'll begin with some of the highlights or headlines rather from Bangkok Post this morning. So there is a headline about the telecoms relief plan draws flag. A picture about a boat race, long-tail boat race, I think. So it says here that rowing crew raced to the finish line during a traditional competition at Klong Prawet Burirom in Bangkok's Prawet district. The boat racing is part of the community's activities to raise awareness about local cultures and heritage. So it is a picture of a racing boat right here. So if you have a copy of Bangkok Post, be sure to check that out. Another headline is 11 drug plants churn out 20 million pills a day. And then there is a market hygiene criticized after BBC clip. So I'm not sure what the clip is about, but it says here that it happened in Samut Songkran province. So food vendors, tourists, municipality officials and railway staff have been urged to improve hygiene at the popular Talat Rom Hup in Maklong district after the release of a BBC video clip showing conditions at the market. Now Governor Kanchai Tansatian said provincial authorities will hold a meeting today with concerned parties. Now, he added that the Public Health Ministry's hygiene standards will be strictly enforced following the release of a video clip by the BBC featuring the market, which sits next to Maklong railway station, showing the proximity of the produce to the trains as they pass. In defense of the vendors and municipality authorities, he said a major market cleanup takes place twice a week and vendors wash their stalls daily. Now, the governor also said the market largely sells fresh and dried food that needs to be cleaned or cooked before consumption in an attempt to allay concerns about food hygiene. Now, according to the governor, Talat Rom Hup, which is about 60 to 70 years old, draws large crowds of Thai and foreign tourists. Okay, so I guess we'll have more stories on that by next week. But since it will be the Songkran holidays, I'm guessing that most of the stories will be mostly on Songkran and about the road accidents that could happen, which happen every year. So we'll see how the numbers of road accidents and fatalities during the Songkran festival will total by the end of this week. The most important news, I don't think it's the most important, but I think it's worth the mentioning, is the unfinished tunnel opens to ease traffic snarls. Now the Department of Highways will temporarily open an under construction tunnel linking Thap Lan National Park and Khao Yai National Park from tomorrow, which is April the 10th, to accommodate a mass of motorists before and during the Songkran festival. Now, according to the department, the tunnel will be temporarily made available from tomorrow to ease traffic congestion along Prajinburi Nakhon Ratchasima Highway, the main artery connecting the east and the northeast during the festive season, which starts on Thursday. Now, currently, only 2 of 4 lanes are available on the highway's 192 to 195 kilometer markers, where the construction of the tunnel and overpasses is underway. Atishat Bunyong, chief of the Prajinburi Highway District, said the tunnel is scheduled for completion late this year and nearly 80% of the construction work is finished. On the highway, warning signs have also been installed on construction sites along a 30-kilometer section covering Nadi district of Prajinburi province to Wang Nam Kiao district in Nakhon Ratchasima province to prevent traffic accidents during the holiday period. Now, also yesterday, a contractor supervising the 165-kilometer Bang Pa-in Nakhon Ratchasima motorway project sped up efforts to temporarily reopen traffic lanes by midnight tomorrow, as ordered by Nakhon Ratchasima Governor Wichien Jantaranotai. The measure has also been taken at all construction sites along the province to cope with a large number of travellers who flock to their hometowns to celebrate the Thai New Year festival. Now, with the exception of fuel tankers, all lorries also have been barred from travelling after midnight on Wednesday. Now, Mr. Wichien said traffic congestion was expected in several areas, including the road linking Mok Lek district in Saraburi province to Pak Chong district in Nakhon Ratchasima province. Lam Takong in Si Kiu and Pak Chong districts, Pak Thong Chai district, a bypass in Mueang district, and Khon district. I think it's Khon district. Police and rescue workers would be stationed across these areas to facilitate motorists, he added, adding that additional security checkpoints would be set up throughout the province. At the provincial bus terminal, the frequency of Nakhon Ratchasima Bangkok inter-provincial buses will be increased from 200 trips to 400 trips a day, while the number of non-regular route public buses will also be increased to 60 per day to handle the passengers' influx. Meanwhile, Khon Gan's famous annual Golden Flowers event kicked off yesterday to celebrate the New Year festival, which is the Thai New Year festival, not the traditional New Year festival. Right, so everything has been prepared ahead of time because the Songkran festivities are coming up. It is usually celebrated on the 13th of April, but the holiday starts from the 12th, and most people will opt. I think some have already opted to leave Bangkok starting from today. They'll take leave for an extra 3 days just to get out of Bangkok. To avoid the traffic congestion by the end of the week, because even though the festivity starts on the 13th, most people will want to leave either before or after. If you leave on the day on the 12th, traffic will be really, really horrible, and it will be heavily congested, as most of the people would want to leave the Bangkok or the capital city to go back to their hometowns during that time too. So in addition to that, I have a story from Reuters right here, talking about the popularity of Thai traditional dresses. Okay, so history fever is gripping Thailand, and a growing number of Thais are wearing traditional dress, a phenomenon encouraged by the junta and the palace and fueled by a popular television soap opera. Now, but the trend, which began with a winter fair initiated by King Mahawashira Longkorn in February, has also been criticized by some as an attempt to glorify an era of absolute monarchy and gloss over the junta's shortcomings nearly 4 years after it took power. Now, among the popular costumes are those worn during the reign of former King Chulalongkorn, known as Rama V, who ruled from 1868 to 1910 and is credited with saving Thailand from Western colonialism. Television has also played a part. Now, Love Destiny, a soap opera set during the 1656 to 1688 reign of King Narai the Great, has taken Thailand by the storm. Many Thais are visiting the ancient capital of Ayutthaya province north of Bangkok, where scenes from Love Destiny took place. Now, the pose for selfies dressed in traditional garb against the backdrop of the ruins. Now, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha met with the cast members this week at the Government House and hailed the series as an example of the government's long-standing policy of promoting Thainess. Prayut's own cabinet has held some recent meetings in the traditional dress of a 19th century elite. He dressed in a button-up silk jacket, breeches, and a wide sash. Now, costume fever. In Ayutthaya, 80 kilometers or about 50 miles north of Bangkok, visitor numbers have nearly tripled since Love Destiny began, according to officials quoted by local media. Now, wearing traditional clothes can get you a discount at the cinema, the country's major Cineplex group announced this week, a buy one, get one free promotion. Now, flight attendants for national carrier Thai Airways International also dressed up in international costumes from the reign of King Rama V this month to mark the Thai New Year festival known as Songkran. Meanwhile, Thais had flocked to an event initiated by the king ahead of the Thai New Year festival or Songkran over the weekend, which for many has become a rowdy water-soaked affair. The palace event over 3 days aims to revive a more sedate vision of Thailand's culture with tribute being paid to past kings, Buddhist rites and displays of folklore. Okay, so about that. So the Love Destiny soap opera is quite the popular story or popular program right now in Thailand, as most people are really into it and are kind of finding it a favorite show right now because of the storyline and of how it is a period soap opera displaying traditional and cultures back in the reign of King Narai the Great, which is already mentioned in the story right here. So a lot of people are taking that to heart and try Thai traditional dresses, and wearing olden traditional Thai dress is becoming popular among Thais right now because of the soap opera and the event that took place in February, which I was a part of, dressing up in traditional Thai costumes, selling stuff and produce and things with a lot of stalls from different ministries and different agencies, and also from the private sectors, I think, selling stuff, and all the proceeding went to the palace, which would be donated throughout Thailand to bring greater good and happiness to the Thai people. And in connection to that, I have some backgrounds about Songkran for all of you who doesn't really know what it is. So the Songkran festival is the Thai traditional New Year's Day and is celebrated from April the 13th to the 15th, and additional public holidays may be declared by the government depending on which days of the week the days of Songkran falls on. So Songkran has fallen on the 13th until the 13th, which is a Thursday. It will last until the 15th, which is also a Saturday. No, that's kind of wrong, isn't it? 13th is a Friday this year and will be celebrated for 3 days, well 4 days until the 16th rather, because the 15th is on Sunday, so we have an extra day off on the Monday. And we also have an extra day off by the government on the 12th, so we'll be celebrating from the 12th through the 16th, which is a 5-day holidays. So if you're around in Thailand, you'll be getting soaked by then because it is going to be hot, and our tradition is to throw water at each other. But to get more into that, the history is the date was originally set by the astrological calculations, but it is now fixed on April the 13th. The festival may be extended if some of the celebrations fall over the weekend. In Thailand, New Year is now officially celebrated on January the 1st, in line with almost all countries around the world. Now, Songkran was the official New Year until 1888, when it was switched to a fixed date of April the 1st. It wasn't until 1940 that this date was then shifted to January the 1st. Now, the most famous aspect of the Songkran celebration is the throwing of water. Indeed, Songkran is often known as the Thai Water Festival. The custom originates from spring cleaning aspect of Songkran. Part of the ritual was the cleaning of images of Buddha. Using the blessed water that cleaned the images to soak other people is seen as a way of paying respect and bringing good fortune. It also doesn't hurt that April is the hottest part of the year in Thailand, so being soaked is a refreshing escape of the heat and humidity. Nowadays, Thais will walk the streets having water fights, using containers of water or water guns, or stand at the side of roads with hose and soak anyone who passes by. You may also get covered in chalk, a custom originated from the chalk used by monks to mark blessings. This combination of water and powder is almost identical to the celebrations of Holi, and indeed, it may be that the customs originated in India, as certainly Songkran is celebrated more widely and longer in the northern part of Thailand. Even more interesting is that the custom of water fights pops up in in a distant place at the same time of year. Dingus Day is celebrated on Easter Monday in Poland, and on the Monday, the custom is that boys get to soak girls with water. But on the Tuesday, the girls get to throw crockery at the boys, again the water and powder combination. As mentioned, Songkran is a spring cleaning day, both physically and spiritually. On the physical side, in addition to cleaning, the customs are that anything old and useless must be thrown away, or else it will bring bad luck to the owner.On the spiritual side, some people make New Year's resolutions. Okay, so yes, it says here that Songkran is like a traditional Thai New Year's back until 1888, until we make it more internationalized by marking it as January 1st, but we still celebrate Songkran holidays as usual because April is still considered the hottest month in Thailand, so the water festival is associated with that to cool off the people. We also do a ceremony called Rot Nam Dam Hua, which is when we actually use water to wash the hands and feet of the elderly to wish them good health and good fortune while they blessed us with good luck and good fortune as well. So that is usually done by Thais right here. So if you are in Thailand and you are married to a Thai, that would be the thing to do during the Songkran festival. Okay, I'll have more ministries updates after this short break, so I'll see you in a bit. All right, welcome back. That was one of the traditional Thai songs, rather. Are usually turned on during Songkran festival. So if you are around traveling to supermarkets or just walking around in shopping malls, you'll hear this kind of song just to celebrate the upcoming Songkran festival, which is in about 3 days' time. Me and my shortness of breath. Anyways, let's look at some updates from the ministry. So I have one right here, which is about the country visit of the working group on the issue of human rights and transnational corporations and other business enterprises, which is the WG on BHR, which I talked about last week. I wasn't here last week because I was on a working trip to Singapore, which is CSEP. the Civil Service Exchange Program, which I went to Singapore to exchange knowledge and experiences with the Singaporean diplomats. But I'll tell you more about that for next week, which will be on air live, I think, on Wednesday. But anyways, with that aside, the working group had finished their visit last week on April the 4th, and I have a bit of the summary of what happened during last week. Okay, so upon the Royal Thai government's invitation, the working group on the issue of human rights and transnational corporations and other business enterprises paid an official visit to Thailand during March the 26th until April the 4th of 2018. Now, during the visit, the government facilitated the working group to meet and discuss with relevant government agencies, representatives of the private sector, the National Reform Committee on Natural Resources and the Environment, the Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs of the National Legislative Assembly, as well as authorities in Songkran, Chiang Mai, Khon Kaen, and Samut Sakhon provinces. Now, the working group had also the opportunity to meet with members of the civil society in Bangkok and the 4 provinces. This reflects the government's openness and willingness to exchange views with the working group on promoting business and human rights. The visit is a mutual learning experience. The Thai side reaffirms its commitment on issues of business and human rights. Thailand is among the first countries in Asia in which the government initiated the work on a national action plan on business and human rights. More specifically, the working group's visit is expected to help in the drafting process of a national action plan of Thailand. During the visit, the Thai side also had the opportunity to discuss with the working group on the structure and key areas of the draft national action plan. Now, the working group only had 10 days to learn about the developments and challenges in Thailand, which might be challenging for them to fully grasp a full picture. The Thai side took note of the recommendations of the working group and will make use of the recommendations as applicable to Thailand's context. Now, the Thai side will also provide further clarifications to the working group where there are factual discrepancies. And the next step, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, together with the Ministry of Justice, will hold a meeting with relevant agencies to consider further actions on the working group's recommendations. The working group will present its full report to the Human Rights Council in Geneva in June 2019, which is about a year from now. They did give a press conference on April the 4th, which was attended by the media in Thailand. So I'm guessing that they do have a summary of what took place. So I have that for you the next time I'm on air, because I don't have that with me right now. I just got back on Friday, so things have been a bit hectic. But I'll get that for you with the summaries and some of the recommendations that the working group gave to Thailand about what should be done and what should be improved on the issue of business and human rights. So I guess that went well, and I think the feedback was very productive, as the working group are very impressed with some of our works right here, because they have never had a stage where they were able to listen to what some of the agencies or the Thai authorities have been doing to improve the aspect of business and human rights right here in the country. Anyways, that's about all I have time for today. But yes, we did talk about Songkran, which is coming up, so be sure to celebrate that, because I won't be with you guys until next week. So we'll have more stories about what happened during Songkran festival and all the road accidents and fatalities and what have been done, the promotion to prevent road accidents and DUI and drinking under the influence, because it usually happens during celebration time. It happens everywhere around the world, not just Thailand, but when you have a celebration, it's easy for you to get to be driving under the influence, particularly on a motorcycle, which the fatalities for drinking and driving for motorcyclists is higher than those driving on motorists. So I'll be sure to give you an update on that. I think that the government is already coming up with a plan to prevent the road accidents and the number of road accidents that would happen during the Songkran festival right now. So they always establish like an ad hoc center for road accidents prevention during the festival. So I think that's happening right now this year too, even though I don't have a lot of updates right now, but there will probably be more updates in the days to come. So be sure to check out Bangkok Post or The Nation, which they have update stories in English for those who doesn't understand Thai and who can't read Thai. Anyways, we also talk about the Thai traditional dress becoming a boom right here in Thailand. So if you get the chance, be sure to give it a go because it's not every day that you can actually wear a Thai dress and walk around in Thailand. So if you are interested in joining through a promotion and everything, Major Cineplex is giving you free movie tickets if you wear a Thai dress to go there. I think it's starting from now until the end of the month, so be sure to wear a Thai dress and to go to the cinema by Major, and then you get a free tickets or buy one get one free movie tickets. And as usual, fun facts. Now for a brief time, the Melbourne had the best name on the planet. Melbourne rather, and not the Melbourne, but Melbourne City had the best name on the planet, which was Batmania, which is kind of funny to me because Batmania for a name of a city, interesting. But yeah, okay, anything could happen in the world, I suppose. And yes, I also have the ending quote. This is from the movie Forrest Gump, which is a 1994 movie which won the Oscars as well, and Tom Hanks I think won the Oscar for that because he portrayed the character so well, and it was such a good movie. And one of the best quotes from the movie is this: life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. So yes, as it says here, it can be translated into that life is unexpected and you never know what you get. So even though it's like buying a box of chocolates, so if you pick one up, you never know what's inside if it doesn't really have all the labeling of what kind of chocolate's in there. So life is always full of the unexpected. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. So if you have any comments or just want to say hi, be sure to write to me. My name is Siri Saprachumyad and the address is 443, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The address is 443 Rama 6 Road, Rajtewi District, Bangkok, Thailand. And that's the postcode is 10400. You can also visit and follow other programs from the ministry and the Radio Sara'n Rom and YouTube. And the Sara'n Rom Radio webpage and Facebook page. And Sara'n Rom is spelled SARANROM. And that's it. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ